just gonna say that filming is a lot of pressure and it is not fun. Eric makes it look easy, but it is a lot of pressure. I've been told to get 30-second clips of each flyby that he does, and there's a car coming. We'll see how it goes.
All right, we're here. Finally, the much anticipated showing off, review, and optimization of the fastest bike in the house. All right, I've been riding this bike. This is the E-119 Tri Disc. I've been riding it for the last 2 months now. I raced it for the first time at Challenge Miami. I've actually been able to ride it outside a whole bunch since then as well. Big differences between this bike and just the E-119 Tri Plus from years past really kind of come down to obviously the disc brakes. Front end, the actual raising up of where your elbows sit is done with mono risers now versus individual spacers underneath each arm cup, and that's just for a little bit more aerodynamic overall, simple and clean. The biggest thing that we got on this bike versus last year's bike is the storage compartment that's in the bottom bracket area is what I would call it. Inside of there, that's come with a sleeve and everything that'll hold the CO2, multi-tool, tube, tire lever. You could really put anything you want down there, but that's kind of the standard pack that it came with. The other storage solution that was enhanced was the top tube storage box. This new storage box is actually, it goes down into the frame just a little bit. There's a cutout inside of the frame, so now like a big thing that I used to have was I could only store like 4 gels in there, and now I can do like gels vertically. I can put some bars. Really, you can store all of your solid stuff that you could possibly want. New brakes, I have to say I am so impressed with these. I took them straight out of the box, put them on, cut the brake lines to length and plugged them in, and I didn't have to do any bleeding. I just have been riding them now for 2 months. No issues, no adjustment needed. I'm really impressed with that collaboration that Argon did with TRP. Okay, that's that with the bike setup, and now we are going to get into this whole Notio process.
All right, so what we are doing now, it is 6:30 p.m. on a Thursday. We both just had massages from the best massage therapist on planet Earth, named Scott. And we are going to test out the second fastest bike in the household with some aero testing out on the road. The E-119 Tri Disc Notio Rolf setup. We're stopping really quick at Jersey Mike's to get some subs because we're starving. And then we're gonna try out a bunch of different equipment. I'm gonna try to film, which should be interesting. And Eric's bike is getting some love today because it's been all about the shib lately.
If you manage to film this, this will be your greatest filming accomplishment to date.
Should we ask Nick about that?
Nick, rate Paula's film performance. Ready to go. Okay, we're after much searching, trying to find a 3K long straight road. I think this is the best that we're gonna do. It never goes over like 1%, so it's like 0.5% occasionally. Basically what we're gonna test is I'm gonna start off and just get a baseline with the position that I've been riding for the last couple weeks. I'll do that with a laser helmet, and then we'll do it one time with POC helmet, and then I'll switch everything back to the way it was in Miami, and we'll use that as basically a comparison to see if the changes I've made were worth it. Because my position in Miami was a little more comfortable than I currently am, but I really think based on the speed that I was going in Miami at 300 watts, I feel like there's some benefits to be had.
Yeah. Real world wind tunnel.
Real world, yeah.
Real world wind tunnel. That is a tongue twister. Say that 10 times faster.
I don't like you, but I love you going above. I don't want you, but I need, and I leave you. I don't like you, but I love you going above. I don't want you, but I need, and I leave you. I don't like you, but I love you going above. I don't want you, but I need, and I leave you.
How was it?
There's an expansion crack every
5 seconds. There's like a ton of crosswind. I'd be really surprised if the data is usable, but we'll see. Yeah, and I mean, theoretically, like I said before, the concept behind this test, right now we are trying to set a baseline, and then once we have the baseline, as long as I set everything else up on the bike the same, I could just go do a training ride and get usable, like average data over a long test period.
Yeah.
I don't like you, but I love you, going above. I don't want you, but I need, and I leave you. I don't like you, but I love you, going above. I don't want you, but I need, and I leave you. I don't like you, but I love you, going above.
That works better.
Yeah, that worked. That gave me a CDA, theoretically, of 0.292. Yeah, I'm a little worried that the first one didn't work.
I don't want you, but I need, and I leave you.
Alright, I think we're done. The final upload. It's getting too dark for this ISO capabilities. Turn it into a filmer. Hopefully we got some good news. If not, it was just an entertaining vlog, which is always the ultimate goal anyways. Okay, conclusion?
I don't know if that, not totally sure if that one worked either.
Conclusion, we're super duper annoyed that we came and did this and the thing doesn't work. That is the conclusion. I'm allowed to say it because it's not my sponsor.
It's such a bummer because like the second one that I did, it's just like boom, CDA. Like just it worked so smoothly, and then these two that didn't work are just, it's like an old computer that's just struggling.
Yeah.
Okay, it's tomorrow morning now. Got back home last night pretty late and just went to bed, but then woke up this morning, reopened the Notio app, and basically discovered that the Notio device itself had saved all of the runs on it, even though they didn't successfully download onto the app. So I tried it again, downloaded no problem, and we actually got some solid data to look at. So I also sent the data off to the guy who is in charge of developing the Notio device at Argon18, and using the Golden Cheetah software confirms what the app told me. First run with the Lazer, when I had it kind of rock back on my head, was definitely the fastest. The run with the POC and the second run with Lazer were basically the same. That kind of accounts for when I had the Lazer more on my forehead, there's more gap, and that was kind of confirms everything that we learned with Paula and the wind tunnel. Less gap, the better. Unfortunately, ran out of time with the sun there and weren't able to test the mantis position, and weren't able to go a little bit narrower on the bars. So those are things that I'm going to test like on my own in training. I'll just go out on a ride and I'll turn it on when I get to a flat section and basically get a reading and go from there. Kind of like knock one thing out at a time. The exciting thing is that this system appears to work pretty well. It makes sense based on the tests that we did and everything. And the other good news is that there's still room for improvement for me. The CDA that I got is not mind-blowing. It's pretty good, but it could be a little bit better. There are definitely triathletes that are a little bit better, and give me a little bit of room to work and improve, and can maybe pick up like another 10 to 15 watts. Hope you all enjoyed this. Hope you got something out of it. The next race that we're doing is St. George in another 2 weeks. So I'm not really gonna change anything in my position between now and then. Just need to log some miles. See you next weekend.